Now here's something else. This is probably going to give me enough light, you know, just this little thing in here. Eventually I might put a fluorescent 4-foot fluorescent fixture on the ceiling or something for more light. But for this, it's probably okay. But of course I've got my construction light at the ready. Okay, I'm always trying to think about that, and I've got my phone out here, and I play my music. I've got my nice cold Diet Coke here. I'm all set, man. I can be out here all day long, because here's the thing. It's like 60 degrees outside. We're in the middle of winter. We've got a little heat snap here, and I'm hoping, my goal is to get this all done in one day. You know, everything for all of these doors. I got 14 doors here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is a bifold door, so I count that as 2, 8, 9, 10, 11. These are the bifold doors for where the washer and dryer go. 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh yeah, I got the garage, the door between the condo and the garage door. I've got that to do too. And I'm thinking about leaving that on the hinges. Eventually I'm going to be replacing the hinges and stuff. But I can take the doorknobs off, because then when I get ready to leave, I can keep it like that, and that'll keep some of the cold from coming into the condo. And for the next day, let's say, coming into the condo, or else I take this out and put it here. If it was in the middle of summer, I'd take the door out and do it. But see, I can do it in place. Once I take that off, I don't have to worry about getting paint on the hinge. I'll do the best I can, you know. And these tags, I'm just going to paint over these tags. These are the 20-minute rated label door tags for this particular door, because it's between the garage and your living space. But you know, if I get a little bit of paint on these hinges are going to be replaced with new ones anyways. I'm going to get a different color. And then I'll probably take this weather stripping out with a stiff putty knife, and it pulls out of a little groove there. I'll probably do that so that if I close this door a little bit, like right there, I don't want this edge to hit that if this paint's still wet, you know what I mean? And so I can take that out, and then I can gently close the door, and then I'll just cut a little bit of craft paper and slide it in there, you know, a 6-foot piece on that side and a little bit in here, so that I can paint this door in place. And yeah, you can paint doors in place. It's just a lot more of a pain to do that. I like to take everything out, get it all set up. And this one, I've already cleaned it, I've already sanded it, I've already wiped it down, and I got all of the edges. This had a big old ridge on the actual wood, so I had to sand that off. This was a big ridge here. I don't know what caused that, but hey, I got it fixed. And I had to do a little extra sanding on the edges, because you want it, when you slide your hand along there, it's all nice and smooth. It's not rough, it's not sharp, it doesn't have all kinds of bits on it. And so I've got that one to do too. Okay, I think I'm ready. Oh, here's something else I'm doing. I'm getting ready to paint these doors, but let's just show you. These were the clothes that I brought and I wore today when I first started. But when I get ready to paint, I'm going to put my grubbies on. See these pants? I mean, they're all ripped up. I've used these last time I painted. They've got some paint droppings on them. If I had some older shoes, I'd wear those. I've got my shirt that I painted last time. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, come on. See, I got paint all over my shirt, and I've got an old sweatshirt on. And, you know, be ready. Don't be messing up all your clothes. Just have some different clothes that you've earmarked for painting, and save those for any time you paint. then you don't mess up all of your clothes. Yeah, I've got all the edges done and these cutouts. And see, these doors are still wet, but because I did the little outside corner edges first, those are pretty much dry. And I don't really have to lift the doors up per se. I just wanted to show you real quick. You know, if the edge of the door still is wet, it's not really wet because it's already dried, and because I got the screws on the bottom of the door, I can just grab it here. Even though this edge right here is still wet, I can just take this and just walk it back and forth like that. If you don't want to lift the door, you know, if you got some solid doors or whatever, see, I can lift it with a little bit of effort if they're just hollow core doors, right? But I can just tilt it back and forth like that, get it back into place. And even though the back side of that door is wet, I can start working on these and do the edges wherever I think they need to, and then I'll do the cutouts. Okay? See, I don't have to wait for the door to get dry or anything before I keep working at it. And I give myself a little bit of a gap between each door, you know, 6 inches or so. And the doors weren't fitting up on this wall perfectly, so I took the wider doors and put them on the end wall and stuff, on the end wall, and then I had to swap out a door over here and put a 30-inch door, and then take the 28-inch wide door and stick it over there, and then I had enough room. See the gaps that I have between these doors? Okay? And so now I'll just keep flipping the rest of these doors so I can start painting on this back side. I've already flipped these doors. And, you know, little by little, I'll get her done.